Hello, me and Molly are just back from our local seashore. I shot a little video, I'll tag it on the end of this video for you. We videoed some sea ducks, and unbeknownst to me at the time, we were being photo bombed. Check it out, it's on the end of this video. Okay, so now we're going to do some gardening. We've had some frost lately, and as you know, things are starting to get big enough that they want to go outdoors, and frost is always an issue. And other gardeners are always asking me about it and what precautions they take and what precautions do I take. So I want to cover that today, what we're going to do about some frost protection if you're starting to put your veggies outside. And I'm starting to put my fast start potatoes outside. You've seen these before, these yogurt pots. This is what I grow my fast start potatoes in. And after about a month in there, 3 weeks, they look like that. How's that? There is a video on the channel that shows me potting these guys up, potting these fast start potatoes up into these 10-inch buckets, and as you can see, they actually nearly disappear into the bucket. So there's a way of doing that that protects these leaves. If you've seen that video, then well and good, but if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to clip some of that video into this video now so that you can see how that's done. And then come back to me. We're going to pot up one of these fast start potatoes. I shot a video about a month ago when I planted a potato in this yogurt pot, and I did tell you in that video that at some stage this potato plant would have to go into this 10-inch bucket. I didn't tell you how I would do that, but I did promise that I would show you how I would do that and hopefully not damage any of this top growth. So we'll do that now. Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to put 2 inches of this soil in the bottom of this bucket. That looks like 2 inches to me, but let me show you this trick. That's the potato plant, and we still need to get it out of this yogurt pot, but check this out. If you haven't seen one of these before, you'll like this. If you have, you know what's coming. That's simply a pop bottle with the end cut off, and that is going to protect our potato plant from any damage. You may be able to see the roots, maybe not. Roots and shoots. With top growth, we've got roots. This is a plant. This isn't simply a seed potato now, it's a potato plant. Okay, going to sit that on that 2 inches of soil. We're now going to protect it using this pop bottle. Which fits perfectly. How about that? How about that? Which fits perfectly. Now we're going to fill up this bucket with the remainder of this soil. And we'll just steady the pop bottle so it doesn't go anywhere. And we can be as rough as we like with this. You still see the leaves, still in there. So the soil still hasn't touched the leaves on this potato plant yet, but in a minute the soil's going to bury it. And you're saying, well, is that not going to kill it? Well, I've done this a few times last year and it didn't kill any of the potatoes. They managed to grow into potato plants proper and produce potatoes. So we're giving it another go. Okay, now the plan of attack, just in case it doesn't work, I'm going to tell you what I want to happen, but it may not. I'm hoping I can take this off. Potato stays in place. We shake this bucket and the soil falls in nice and gently around that potato plant. Let's see if we can pull it off. Well, the bottle's coming out. I hope the potato plant isn't. How good is that? Not a single leaf damaged. And then we'll just shake that soil in like that. How's that looking? One potato plant. Hey, that's clever, isn't it? And so we don't forget, let's pop the ticket in so we know when we've done it and what sort of potato this is. Now, I can get away with at least a dozen of these on a windowsill indoors. I can get away with that. But when I pot these up into these 10-inch buckets, there is no way I'm going to get away with 10 of these buckets indoors on a windowsill. There's just no way. So once these guys are potted up, they have to go out, irrespective of where we are with the weather. Now, I think I've said this on a number of previous videos when I've been asked about frost. I've always advocated that because these are light, they're easily lifted, I would bring these indoors at night if there was a nighttime frost forecast. But I've got a lot of these and I would rather leave them outside if I could. So what I've done is I've converted my onion drying frame into a cold frame, if you will. Now check this out, and it's very quick. This is me putting my onions on my onion rack last year. Okay, that didn't take long, did it? Now those onions, once I'd got them partially dried, I took them in drawers. I'll just move this to one side. And I put them in these mushroom crates. You've seen these before, these mushroom crates. And stacked them one on top of the other. And was superb. Okay, so now the onions have gone, the onion rack's still in the garden. I'm taking fast start potatoes out in these 10-inch buckets, and they need to go somewhere. So what I've actually done is I've stored these under the onion drying rack. And I've covered the onion drying rack with some odd bits of bubble wrap. Just draped it over and held it in position with whatever I could find that was heavy, and that gives me that level of frost protection. Now what we'll do now is we'll go outdoors and I'll show you those fast start potatoes in the 10-inch buckets and see how well they've come on from that. I think they've been out there about a week, 2 weeks, something like that. I'll keep them on top of the rack now. I think we've got at least 5 days frost-free forecast. But if that forecast changes, then I'll pop them underneath the onion rack and put the bubble wrap back over them. Okay, let's go and have a look at these fast start potatoes. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is Homegrown Veg, signing out.